I'm taking the strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 116 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, before we kick off the episode, please make sure you head over to our Instagram, which is SZN Pod, or our Twitter, which is SZN Podcast. Link in the bio on both of those sites there, and that link will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise, whether that's Spotify or Apple Podcasts, your audio, or YouTube if you like your visuals. But yeah, Flowz, hope you're good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you?
Been better, but that's just because of I want this episode, Flowz, to be honest. I just want to talk about the state of boxing right now. Just the state of boxing. The state of the sport of boxing. Because what I'm seeing right now, Flowz, is a joke thing. I'll be so real with you. It's a joke thing. This is a sport that we both love, and they're taking us fans for a joke thing. I won't lie, man. I think literally half the press, as we're recording this now, I'm pretty sure what I think the Floyd Mayweather Deji card has just concluded, and I didn't tune into it. I don't know if you tuned it. I assume you didn't tune into it either.
No, I didn't.
But obviously,
it was pay-per-view. So
yeah, I know it's pay-per-view. Yeah,
okay.
But obviously streams in that. But obviously this is the DAZN pay-per-view. The DAZN, one of our flagship providers of boxing, of serious boxing, slapping us on pay-per-view. Obviously, we understand why in terms of Floyd is the draw. It's Floyd Mayweather, for crying out loud. So I guess what he does, the sport of boxing tends to march the beat of his drum still, even though he's long retired. But I'm just seeing obviously I'm being sent clips from people in group chats and stuff, other casuals, etc. And obviously if it's like a 1 minute clip, you're pre-ing it. I'm seeing, let's see what this is about. And just the Flows, the nonsense I'm seeing on this card that's happening is I'm just shaking my head saying, what the hell is this? As a boxing fan, what is this that I'm seeing? I'm seeing the usual Tommy Fury shenanigans with Jake Paul. Tommy Fury needs to retire. I think Tommy Fury just needs to retire because I don't get what he's about. I'll be honest, Flowz. Is he a serious boxer or is he not? You can't pick and choose.
Stick to TikTok or support your missus in her ventures.
Tommy Fury, brother, are you in or are you out? Because what I'm seeing from you is a joke. You miss weight. You come in He came in like 7 pounds, 8 pounds too heavy or something like that, something ridiculous like that.
Yeah,
and then
he's meant to be a lightweight, a light heavyweight.
Yeah,
so that's 175, and he come in at 182.
Which is absolutely ridiculous. They said the fight was off. I don't even know who the opponent was. I then get sent a video of him on his Instagram explaining the situation. Tommy Fury sure does love an explanation for why he can't fight. He sure does love it because I've seen him do the same type of videos, the same style videos for the 2 Jake Paul fights that fell through. I'm pretty sure there's another fight as well that fell through that he had to do that same explanation for. This time he said apparently him and his opponent got obviously 2 different contracts and there was 2 different weights on the contracts. When he said that, I said, brother, put the phone down. Well, I don't know what you're about to delve into now, but just put the phone down because that is all kinds of ridiculousness.
Oh man.
Flowz, have you heard of a situation where you've got you're contracted to a fight and both fighters have got different weights on their contract? How crazy is that?
That's embarrassing. Who's your team? Even with that, brother, why? So you say you had a catch weight?
Who has a catch weight 182 or whatever?
He said he made weight.
Yeah, he was saying I made the weight of my contract
against the smaller man. Against the smaller man, when you're supposedly a serious boxer who boxes at light heavyweight. So
a professional. He's a professional. He's officially a pro.
And you said, I made weight. So what weight are you campaigning at then? Are you cruiserweight or are you light heavyweight? Why
brother, are you in? Tommy, are you in or are you out? That's what, which are you a serious guy about the sport or are you just here for the clout or that kind of stuff? Because from what I'm seeing, you're here for the clout.
Yeah,
You're caught because brother, he's not caught. He's calling out YouTubers and just these social media people. That's who he's calling out. You haven't. There's been like no sit downs in terms of career development, in terms of moving them along in the light heavy ranks, fighting for the stages, British title, all that kind of stuff, right? There's none of that. It's him chasing these YouTubers,
and pulling out and making excuses,
pulling out twice that with Jake. So I've seen a clip of the fight because Jake Paul was on commentary and he was there cursing out Tommy Fury whilst he was fighting, and I just saw a small clip of the two fighters. The guy he was fighting as well, he didn't look serious. It looked like they were both taking a mick in there. But afterwards, Flowz, his antics after the fight, I saw a clip of that. I got sent a clip of that as well. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. He's there looking at Jake Paul, got in the mic, shouting him out, saying, come here. Let's get this fight now. I'll fight you now, blah, blah. I'm a Fury, all that kind of stuff. Jake Paul was basically just saying, Jake Paul's just trolling him because we know Jake Paul's a big troll. Telling him to come out. Eventually, after all that talk of you trying to get him to come in, Tommy Fury ends up going out to meet Jake Paul. But just the whole scene was fast.
Trying to go out.
Trying to go out. You know the ones where you're not really on it, but you're telling people to hold me back, even though you're not really on it. John Fury, another one that loves the clout, loves the headlines. I got sent a clip of him. He was there calling out Jake Paul. He took his top off, flexing, trying to fight Jake Paul. It's just one big circus show, Flowz. It's a clown show. It's a big clown show, isn't it? Like, from what I'm seeing, it's nasty.
Bro, it's too embarrassing, man. It's too embarrassing.
And then on the card as well, I get sent a clip of Delphine Pursoon. I didn't even know she was fighting on the card. She's a serious boxer. We've spoken about her many times. Her wars with Katie Taylor. Very, very good fighter. I see her hit her opponent. Her opponent goes down. Delphine has bent down. Actually bent down, looked at her face, and then hit her again. I said, what am I seeing? What is this card, Flowz?
That's a pro.
I need an explanation immediately. What am I seeing right now? What am I seeing? How could you? Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
That's amateurish. That's like YouTube boxing level.
The chick was on her knees. She was bent over on her knees.
It wasn't like Pursuit was finishing off a combination. She bent down.
She stopped. She stopped. She looked her in the eyes. I'm not even joking. I'm not even capping. She looked her in the eye. I then hit her again. I said, nah. And a lot of the comments were there saying, oh, the opponent, she milked it. It wasn't that hard, blah, blah. That doesn't matter. It's not about how hard it was. It's the fact that you don't hit an opponent when they're down. Simple. It's like understandable if you're finishing a combo. Sometimes leeway is given there. Sometimes you're in the heat of the moment. But the fact is, she paused, she looked at her, and then cracked her again. Is that not insane? So the clown gene hit Pursoon as well. It's hitting pros. Crazy. And then I'm just seeing clips of the main event, Floyd versus Deji. I said to you the other day, it's still crazy that this fight's actually happening. Deji's fighting Floyd. Floyd, of course, was doing Floyd stuff, just taking the piss in there, robbing the bank, as he would say, without a mask, dancing in there, purposely holding back on his combos and punches, trying not to hurt Deji, that kind of stuff. Yeah, man, it's just the whole, and this is a pay-per-view fight. This is the pay-per-view card, by the way, Flowz. It's crazy. I mean, if people find it entertaining, fair enough. But from this clips that I'm seeing, I'm there thinking, how can this be entertaining? It's just a bunch of clowns in the ring taking the piss for 20 or so minutes. So yeah, man, embarrassing. And the thing is, Flowz, I reckon this pay you probably do quite well, right? Off the back of Floyd.
We'll see. With Deji as well. They've been trying to sell this fight all week. I've been seeing the shenanigans all week. It's all nonsense. Yeah, man. It's painful. Painful watching, painful listening. It's all a sham.
Absolute joke, man. Absolute joke. I mean, we said it before, but it sucks that it has to be Floyd, who we consider probably our GOAT, our modern day GOAT, one of top 5, etc. Has to be Floyd. That's what makes it even more painful. He's the one endorsing this. He's the one encouraging it, all that kind of stuff. But it's man. It's just just that entire card looked like a clown show, to be honest. And yeah, boy, if you pay for that, then fair enough. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But boy, we ain't signing for that over here. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
So,
but yeah, that was today. There was some fights yesterday that happened. And I guess, yeah, the two, well, we mentioned them last episode. We sort of mentioned them in passing. Tasha Jonas against Eve Dicaire. That was actually a good fight, to be fair. That was actually really good fight. Really
saving grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, despite all the negativity with boxing at the moment, we can't not mention the good aspects, I guess. And shout out to Tasha. We bigged her up quite a few times in this pod. Big fans of her. She's now a unified. I can't remember the weight class. I don't know if you can help me out if it was. I've forgotten the weight class, but she's unified in the division now. She's got three of the 4 belts, I believe. Yeah, three of the 4. And yeah, what a fight in terms of women's fights. They tend to be electric, explosive, all action. Tasha Jonas was clearly the better fighter in there, but her opponent was so game Flowz, kept coming forward, trying to put pressure on Tasha Jonas, who fought the majority of the fight on the back foot. And yeah, just tried to apply pressure and hit with big combinations. And as you said before, Flowz, Tasha in this division, she's a lot smaller than all the girls, a lot smaller. And even this chick was a lot bigger than Tasha. But what she lacks for in size, she more than makes up for in speed. And she's so much quicker than all these girls. And it was on show again last night. Her speed advantage over this chick was so much better. And she was able to use that to counter this girl every time she came forward and right left combos every time she came forward off the back foot. So that's what really won it for her speed and just a sharp punching, a sharp counter punching. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Tasha's performance, Flowz, and just how the fight was itself?
Yeah, Tasha's had a career resurgence, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She had that unfortunate loss early on in her career. Who was it to? Obanov.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Did she get stopped? She did. She got rocked badly. I think she got stopped.
She did. Yeah.
And then since then, she's kind of come back. She had the unfortunate, controversial draw with Terry Harper, which I thought she won. I think I called it one of the robberies of the year.
Yeah, you did.
Gave Katie Taylor a great fight.
Yep.
But everyone gives Katie Taylor. But yeah, and then I think she's moved up 2 weight divisions.
2 weight classes. And
she
looks a new woman.
Started collecting belts.
Yeah.
Collecting belts, beating bigger fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good. And she comes up with good game plans to win fights. She does what she needs to as well.
Yep.
Yeah, she looked good. She was aggressive. She boxed smart. The combinations were the faster, sharper combinations from her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think she's done enough to win. I think it was a close fight at portions. I think the 2 rounds made it entertaining because it was all action. Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because one judge gave her every single round.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I didn't agree with that. I thought that was a bit nuts.
I do think she won clearly for me, but it was every round was competitive, and this chick kept, especially I think from round 5, I think or round 6, she really stepped up the pressure. And Tasha's movement started to, I guess, I wouldn't say go down the drain, but the movement started to stop a little bit because of the fact that I guess tiredness and the fact this chick was applying a lot of pressure onto her and trying to make it a close range fight, which probably suited the other girl. But hats off to Tasha, man. She was brilliant in there. She stuck out there, and yeah, good win.
Yeah, I think she'll give a lot of any fighter problems. Seeing her,
Flowz. Obviously, I'm preying like the reaction and stuff, and I'm hearing trying to maybe Jonas versus Clarissa Shields. That's being shopped. People were saying, maybe Jonas' speed might be able to give Shields some problems. But boy, I don't know about that one, but we'll see in it. But I'd like to see it. I do want to see that fight. I would love to see it.
Shields wins, but I think
I would love to see
Jonas, Jonas deserves a big
shot.
fight like that.
Yes.
Yeah. If there's a payday in there, she deserves that. I would
Yeah.
like to see the Terry Harper rematch.
Okay. Yeah.
Terry Harper was talking crud on Twitter saying, why did she mention my name? I was like, you were lucky last time. I don't know why you acted like she's ducking you. You were lucky. But that's a great fight as well. Terry Harper's been on a bounce back after the loss to, what's it called? Baumgartner. But yeah.
Baumgartner, yeah. No, I agree.
So yeah, there's a lot of good fights out there.
She's 37, I think, or 38 as well. So you got to remember Cocky's kind of ticket for her to get another like fat payday, if you know what I mean. But yeah, definitely an Indian summer kind of in terms of just as she's getting older, moving up 2 weight classes. She looks better. She looks the best she's ever been to me, to be honest. Like this is the best I've seen her. And who would have thought that would have come off the back of her moving up 2 weight classes, and fighting bigger girls. So shout out to her for doing that. It's working though for her, so I'm happy. Yeah, I hope she does get a final big payday if she can. Other fight, we mentioned the fighter before. I put him on a list of upcoming fighters to look out for.
Yeah.
Oh man, Montana Love has had a mare here, man. He's had a howler, Flowz. He's had a massive howler. I'm really excited. I said Montana Love excites me in terms of he's very, very good, very slick. Just looks a great prospect in the 140-pound division. He comes up against this guy called Steve Spark, I think, an Aussie guy who was moving back down to 140. Or might have been moving up. I can't remember, but this Aussie guy carries power. Always fights. He's won by KO. So that was, but I thought to myself, maybe, and the Aussie guy is bigger than Montana naturally, but obviously I just trusted the skills and the ability of Montana from what I've seen. Montana started, I would say, fairly sharp in terms of how he usually does, counter punching, hitting this guy with check hooks, etc., and just using this sort of footwork in the center of the ring. But in round 2, he got a bit sloppy, and he got caught by a combo. It was a right hook and a combo from this Spark guy that's dropped Montana, and we're just like, oh, because he was quite wobbly when he came up, but I was like, okay. Obviously, this fight was in Montana's hometown as well. So I guess the crowd was kind of silenced. It was a bit tense because it's like, oh no, this guy's shown the ability to hurt Montana. And yeah, the fight it kind of ebbed and flowed in the sense that it was Montana's counter punching and sort of slick work, catching the Spark guys that came in. But every now and again, Spark would let his hands go and apply pressure and corner Montana. And you could see it was causing him trouble in terms of the guy's got power, he's big, he's strong, etc. And then something mad happened, bro. I think it was the 5th round where obviously I think Montana's a southpaw and this guy's orthodox. So inevitably a clash of heads happened. And they've clashed heads. It's quite a bad one. It's opened a cut. I think around Montana's eye, I think it was, right? Obviously the referee stopped it, it's gone to the thingy. And we're hearing like the conversation with the doctor and stuff, and Montana's there saying, I can't see anything, blah, blah. Flowz, correct me if I think he was saying something like, I can't see out the eye. And the doctor said, I'll give you 1 more minute, 1 more round.
He said he's ready. He was like, I'm ready to rumble. To rumble.
Yeah.
But I think he was saying.
But he kept saying he couldn't see.
I think he was saying as well that it could get. I wasn't sure what he's saying, but he was definitely saying he's ready to rumble.
Yeah. I heard the ready to rumble bit. But then he also kept saying that he couldn't see. I caught that as well. Yeah. And the doctor said, he would allow it to continue and he would check its progress, etc.
For 1 minute, he said for 1 minute or something.
Yeah, for 1 minute,
1 round,
So I heard something about 1 minute and cool. So that's happened now because it was quite a lengthy stoppage. Quite a lengthy pause in proceedings. That's happened now. Boom, refs carried on for them to fight. Round 6. Montana's come out like a train, kind of like rumbling, bare rough. And he's tried to clinch up Steve, etc., grab him up. He's then pushed him towards the ropes. The referee's tried to step in and I guess, break him up. But Montana's carried on with the forward momentum and aggressiveness. And he's like, it's almost like he clotheslined, in WWE where you see the clothesline off out the ring, like a Royal Rumble thing.
The JBL.
The JBL clothesline. Brother, it's as if he clotheslined Spark out the ring. Spark is somehow front flipped and landed on his feet, and he's been like, "What the hell?" Walk back up, and next thing you know, you hear ding, ding, ding. The referee's ended it, and we're hearing that the referee's now disqualified Montana for pushing Spark out the ring. So he's lost via DQ. So just a crazy end to proceedings. Afterwards, obviously, Montana and his team were there protesting, saying you can't disqualify someone from that, blah, blah, etc. Hearn said they will appeal it because the referee got it wrong and he jumped too quickly with the DQ. And obviously, the comments are grilling Montana because it's like, bro, it looked like you wanted to quit. It looked like you wanted a way out and you didn't want to get stopped or anything. You felt this guy's power, so you decided to disqualify yourself to get out the fight. Well, I don't know for that one, but the point is he's lost via DQ and he didn't look great. He looked decent and he looked sharp in some portions, but this Spark guy was giving him problems with his power, his size, and even though Montana was doing the better boxing work, every time the Spark brother stuck it on him against the ropes and cornered him, it looked like Montana was struggling to deal with the power. So, yeah, man, that's the necessary L for him. And, yeah, it's quite a bad loss, to be honest, because, like I said, this guy was highly touted at 140, and I liked what I saw from him previously. But he didn't look good overall, man. So, yeah, really, really strange end to proceedings.
Did you agree with the DQ? What do you think of it?
I don't even know, Flowz. I don't even know I swear that is within the rules in terms of if a fighter, but because I've seen it happen before and the fighter didn't get DQ'd. Yeah. But I guess for the referee, because of the intention, I guess the referee's there thinking that he did it on purpose to knock him out, DQ'd. I don't think I would have DQ'd though, Flowz. Can't lie. I think the fact that this Spark brother landed on his feet and literally just walked straight back up to the steps to get in the ring, I feel like you could have knocked just a point off or whatever, deducted something.
Okay. So what if Spark injured himself, fell
DQ.
out and
straight DQ?
DQ.
Straight
it's
DQ.
The result as opposed to the
yeah.
Interesting.
Brother, I can't lie. He looked like a gymnast. He landed.
Yeah, he landed fine.
Perfectly on his feet and walked straight back up.
I'll take 2 steps back. I'll give my explanation of the fight quickly of how I saw the fight. Then I'll talk on the DQ. I thought Montana Love was boxing well, counter-punching, boxing well. This guy was bigger than him, heavier than him, and wasn't even particularly skilled from watching this Stevie. I've never seen Stevie Spark fight before. He wasn't particularly skilled, but he was aggressive and wanted to come forward and rough him up and throw a million punches when he could pin him down. Yeah. For me, Montana Love won the first round. Second round, he got dropped. He was winning the round and he won the round afterwards. Yeah. So outside of the knockdown, he controlled that round for me. Yeah. But the period where he got knocked down was sloppy from him. Third round, fourth round. Yeah. Third round, fourth round, he was winning. Yeah. Fifth round, Spark stuck it on him again. I think hurt him, and that's where that was like, oh, this fight's about to heat up because we're seeing them both. Yeah. Because they was fighting on the inside a bit more in that round. Sixth round, was it almost straight away the headbutt happened. Literally, as soon as he came in and started, As soon as they engaged, the headbutt happened. Then they had a lengthy stoppage, like you say. Yeah. Now, I didn't watch the fight live. I saw the fight. I saw the clips initially. So I saw the knockdown clip, and I saw the DQ clip. And when you look at the DQ clip in isolation, I was like, I can't even be mad with the ref. Like this isn't wrestling. This isn't wrestling. Yeah. And my thought exactly was this: like, let's say Spark fell out and injured himself. There would be no complaints. They'll be like, that's a DQ. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So to me, it was like, regardless of the outcome, it's the action itself. The action itself. Yeah. It's boxing, so you can't do that. You can't shove someone over the ropes and whatnot. And especially when the ref was trying to stop it, and he kind of used his other arm to push him over the ropes as well. Yep. So I was like, DQ. But watching the fight, Spark was hella aggressive. Mm-hmm. He was using his shoulders, elbows. He was doing hella stuff in there. Yeah. And the ref warned him a few times, I believe. Yep. And then the headbutt happens. And then I was looking at it, I was like, ref, man, that's not that deep. Like, it's not like, you can see what's been happening before. To DQ him off that, you give him a stern warning, maybe deduct a point. Exactly, man. Exactly. I kind of changed my tune a bit after watching the fight in full. And I was like, I can't be too mad at it because let's say Spark did get injured or the ref did try and break it up, and it was clear over aggressiveness from Montana Love.
Yeah.
But I feel like a DQ was there's no need. Like, especially when the doctor still needs to have a look at the head. Like, it could have been a no contest. No, it would have gone to the judge's scorecard.
Judge's scorecard at the time,
most likely.
Yeah.
Or you could have let it go on because the fight might not have lasted too long anyway. The DQ was like, there was no need for that. Given what Spark was doing before, and it's not like Montana Love was arguing, I didn't pick him up and throw him over the ropes.
Yeah.
I was pushing him, and as a result, he fell over the ropes. It's not like my intention was to do that, which is true, to be fair, because he was like, he just wanted to be aggressive back.
It was a frustration thing. Obviously, this brother's been dirty. Well, let's say dirty this entire fight. Yeah. He's now cut me with a headbutt, which is accidental, but naturally, as a fight, you're there thinking he's probably done that on purpose as well. Let me just give him a taste of his own medicine and just, rough him up just quickly, kind of thing. That's what he was trying to do, I think. And obviously, the issue I feel like the ref took as well was the ref tried to jump in and stop it.
Yeah.
But Montana carried on.
Yeah.
The referee's there probably thinking, you've tried to mess this guy up somehow or whatever. But your reasoning, I hear what you're saying as well. I guess it's easy to say don't DQ because my man, he was fine. He landed on his feet perfectly and he walked straight back up the steps straight away with no issues. Yeah. So it's easy to say, obviously, but yes, it was a dangerous play by Montana because that guy we've seen it before. Guys fall out the ring, bump their head or whatever, and it is dangerous. But yeah, given the context as a fighter, as watching it as a fan as well, it was starting to heat up, and it was tense because of the fact that, again, you've got a guy that's boxing well and he's outboxing his man, but he's against a power puncher who's caught this. He's hurt him already, and if he was starting to pin him down sometimes. If he pins him down again, is it going to be curtains or is he going to, how is Montana going to respond? Because even in that 5th round, when he pinned him down and he hurt him against the ropes, Montana was firing back with combos, as in big shots as well. So it was shaping up to be a proper firefight, Flowz, like a really good fight. But yeah, I guess you could say that it's an opponent that you expect someone of his caliber and his skill to beat, and should you have been in that situation in the first place, or should you not have just been able to probably outbox this guy, don't let him pin you down? I don't know, but it's a need. I'm saying it's a needless loss for Montana, and a bit of a step back for him because obviously they were lining him up for some big fights at 140. I think even Tiafimo's name was mentioned. A couple other guys, obviously, 140 is a lot of killers there now, so they'll line him up for a big fight. So it's a bit of a step back for him. I think he should run it back with him.
Yeah,
I think they should run it back if they can. I guess Hearn might try and appeal the DQ, see if they can get it overturned. But regardless, before he sees anyone at 140, these other guys are killers and they could kill him. So he's still got some work to do, clearly. No, it's true. Like, I'm thinking about, imagine if I was like Regis or something. Regis will smoke that guy's boots, boy.
Yeah. He doesn't see his chins starts to come into question.
Yes. He's smaller than these guys, to be honest. But to be fair, Spark, I guess, is a big 140 pounder. But
yeah, he looks huge there.
Yeah. They said Spark, well, obviously he's like 5'10", but they reckon he rehydrated back to 155, so he was big in there. But yeah, he's still got some work at 140 to do. But I can see, but you know what I'm saying, Flowz? We can see the skills there. It's there. He's got ability for sure. But it's a tough loss for him, man. Real tough loss.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, that one annoyed me. But yeah, as we said, Tasha Jonas saving grace for the weekend because next we're going back to boxing being in the gutter, to be honest now. What the hell are we previewing for next week? There's no good fights left in the rest of Q4, man. I mean, this final quarter of the year, man. There's nothing dire. Okay, there's a few things. Let me not lie, but I'm just saying, just overall, you know how usually the fourth quarter of the year we're very excited for fights. This year, bro, it's a mess.
Right, man. Listen, like, we obviously do our end of the year review.
Yeah. And
we'll get into that because last year we wanted bare fights.
Yeah.
And all now, I can't remember. Don't remind me. All now, I don't think. Even before we even get into that, I'm gonna list off some names to you, bro, and you want to tell me how many times they fought this year.
Yes, go on.
Demetrius Andrade.
0. Yeah.
Not fought this year. Jamal Charlo.
They'll say injury problems, but yeah.
Mal Charlo.
0.
Not fought this year.
Mel's fought once.
Terence Crawford.
Once.
0. Crawford ain't fought this year.
Oh, he won this year?
Oh, Crawford ain't fought this year.
Oh, he won this year.
Spence. How many times has Spence fought this year?
Spence fought once.
Yeah. Ryan Garcia.
Once.
Boots Ennis. How many times has he fought this year?
Once.
Virgil Ortiz.
Once.
All these men are fighting once a year, bro. All these, they're not fighting.
Scary stuff.
Fighting once on another tour this year, and they're vocal as well. They're not. Mars the only one who's quiet.
Brother, I don't know where Jamal Charlo is. Is he alive? Because he hasn't tweeted since 2020 or something, 2021. I don't know what he's doing. I only see Mel at these events, to be honest.
Yeah.
I hope he's all right.
Gervonta Davis. How many times has he fought this year? Cruz, was it? Either Cruz was the only one?
No,
Rolly Morero.
Rolly was this year as well.
So is it twice this year?
Yeah, twice.
No, Cruz was last year.
Cruz was last year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Cruz was last year.
Yeah, it's once. Look, Flowz, we know about the PBC guys. Let's get out of the way.
I said Benavidez already.
No, you haven't. Benavidez has fought once, I think.
Once. Where's Devin Haney? Went to Australia.
For these guys, I don't think fans deep how bad it is for these guys some of these guys aren't even champions, by the way. Some of these guys aren't even champions. Some of these guys are still building their career. For them to be fighting once a year. Some of the guys they don't pay-per-view stuff. For them to be fighting once a year, that is so severely detrimental to their career. It's insane. Once a year. That's crazy. That is mad. That is mad. And but to quickly discuss a guy that's on his 3rd fight this year, so at least this guy's active, but the people he's active against are trash. Jaime Munguia, who we've bigged up on this pod as someone that's worth bigging up, this is his 3rd fight of the year against a guy called Correa, Gonzalo Gaston Correa from Argentina. I went and check because obviously this guy hasn't a wiki page or nothing. So let me check this guy's record. 21-5, Flowz. 21-5. This is the same Jaime Munguia. 21-5. He's had 5 L's. Brother, 21-5.
Oh man.
This is the same Jaime Munguia who has been mandatory for one of these belts at middleweight since last year. I don't even know if I'm sure he's still mandatory. I don't even know. I think he is still mandatory for the WO. I don't know what's going on there. Munguia has been at middleweight for 2 years now, Flowz, and he hasn't fought for a world title. He's just fighting soup cans. I don't get what he's doing. I don't get what Jaime Munguia is doing. I'm baffled by what they're trying to do with him. What De La Hoya is doing with him, because he's been mandatory for in the mandatory slot for time. Wait, why is he fighting this Korea guy?
I don't know what they're doing.
Bare baffling.
And the thing is, he's not even one that's calling out Canelo. I've not heard him call out Canelo enough.
No, he called out Charlo. And it's like when he beat Kelly, the British guy, Jimmy Kelly, he called out Charlo. And we said straight away, that's not happening.
And he's fighting soup cans.
So it says that you've either got guys who aren't fighting and just very inactive, or you've got guys who are just fighting soup cans and who are in good positions to fight and make the big fights. It's a mess. The whole sport's a joke at the moment, man. It's an absolute mess.
And another one, did you see, obviously the WBC done their thing where they ordered fights and whatnot. And somehow they've ordered Shakur Stevenson versus Isaac Cruz.
Yes.
I don't know how Isaac Cruz is in this. I don't know how Isaac Cruz is in this position.
Didn't I say it last week that they talk about Isaac and Shakur?
I couldn't believe it.
I said it last week. I kept seeing bare rumors of people saying Isak and Shakur next, but I said, what?
And people were excited. I was like, who's Isak beat? I don't know who Isak's beat. I don't know. No, he beat back Gamboa. He washed up Gamboa.
Yo, Isak is an industry plant.
Where they found Isaac Cruz, dude.
Because this push is crazy.
And it's turned out because this Ryan Garcia was rushing to fight Isaac Cruz.
Yeah.
He turned out Ryan Garcia twice. Now he said he doesn't want to fight. He wants to fight Loma. He doesn't want to fight Shakur. That they're going to because Shakur just runs and hugs. So basically, saying he knows.
Who said that?
Isak's father. Isaac said, "Oh yeah,
I need Isaac. Oh, Shakur, please knock him out." I'm tired of these Isaac Cruz hype trainer that's trying to turn him into. It's crazy.
He doesn't want to fight Sugar Shack. He doesn't want to fight. My God, I don't know where they're going to run it back with Tank, and Tank's going to stop him.
Yeah, 100%. It's just a mess right now. Hardly any good fights to look forward to for the last quarter of the year. Munguia's fighting suit cans in Mexico when he could easily fight for a title. Yo, the Crawford one spun me still. I forgot he hasn't fought until this year. That's insane. Obviously, I know I know contract disputes, all that kind of stuff, but it's still a joke. I can't lie, it's still a joke. He's got his fight locked in now anyway, so yeah, we'll preview that when the time comes. But that's hilarious, man. And yeah, Jamal's gonna go this entire year without a fight. Where is Jamal Charlo? Where is he? Has anyone seen him?
Yeah, he's the number one. Might as well retire.
No, for real. He might as well. Just holding that belt hostage.
It's sad. I don't know how these men are being stripped. I don't know how they've been. When Joe Cudino got stripped of his belt, forgetting it.
Well, we know that Al Heyman's got mob ties or something. So he's the PBC fighters never get stripped ever, Flowz, ever. I'm an example now. Do you know any PBC fighter has been stripped?
Nah, I can't think.
None's coming to memory. Our Heyman's got mob ties, man. They ain't touching his fighters.
Yeah, they like to move up weight classes and challenge for belts when they feel like.
Yep.
It's peak. I know now this year we're not going to get any. Well, we're not going to get the undisputed fights that we wanted to see.
Yeah. Hey, yo, when we break down the fights that we wanted to see, the review, it's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be so. That's
gonna be one episode for itself. I swear to you.
to see how many of those fights came to fruition or not. It's gonna be so funny. But yeah, Flowz, let's wrap it up there, man. Boxing, do better once again. It's been episode 116 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, I've been your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And keep getting us on the socials, liking, subscribing, and following. Peace.
You taking a strap? I'm strapped up.
7, what was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.